Well, good morning and afternoon and good night, depending on where you are in the world. But wanted to give glory to Adonai for bringing Guy and I through several weeks of ministry. And now we're back in our respective locations. Me here in California, Guy in Israel still. One of the message, there's so many misnomers, misconceptions about our faith and how it's exercised and practiced. And once again, not the least of which is this Sunday morning or Wednesday night Bible studies in the churches in America. I grew up in an era where it was common for the churchgoers to use the church as a social function. If you ever watch the old movies, it's the social functions, right? The potlucks, the dinners, the church picnic, the clubs, the women's auxiliary group. Remember that one in the church? And although the community of faith congregates around a particular area or facility where they meet, or their headquarters, or their place of congregational worship, it is a grave temptation to forget the purpose of coming together. It doesn't have to be in a building at all, historically, by the way. But once you do make it about the building, then you've got the church building fund. Then you've got the pews becoming wood to cushion sheet. Then it's about the lights. Then it's about the special effects. Then it's we have a wonderful historical pattern of once accepting God, dressing him up like a doll shop. We just can't leave well enough alone the Lord in his purest form. And then we think we can improve on it. Then we make it about anything but God. Now it's about the building and the security and the doors and the carpet on the floor. Oh, don't forget those instruments. What about that $100 million pipe organ that you had made in Denmark and shipped overseas for your cathedral? Oh, my Lord. No, it's about the stonework now. Now we have really turned it into something. Now it becomes a worship of the edifice. And then God is knocking on the door. Oh, I'm sorry. We're can you come back next week? We're really busy right now. We have our church women's group function. We got our men's outing in the woods, Wild at Heart meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. It's youth group night. We have our Frizzball and our BMX bike demonstration in the parking lot. Oh, don't forget the pizza that we ordered in the Mountain Dew. We're too busy turning Sunday school into a puppet show. Noah's Ark becomes a cartoon. Wow. That was not done by the world. That was not done by the Hindus or the Muslims. That was done by you. Those who seem to be followers of the Lord seem to have no problem dressing him and redressing him and kicking him out and turning him into something that they can fashion into what we like, into an image of our liking. Well, we want to teach our kids and let the Bible first be introduced to them as a wonderful comic book and Disney characters.
And for that, you might as well have your little Disney social club because that's practically what it is. It's one thing if you want to have a book club with all of your girlfriends, all of you come together, that's fine. But don't mix Adonai with your nonsense. God does not mix and blend. He is holy, he is unique, he is one of none. The point of fellowship, believers coming together, which is a wonderful thing, we should come in fellowship, but what is the function, like Stephen said? What is the heart of the issue? What is the sole number one priority? Is it really to come and worship Adonai? Or is God just the theme of the meeting? Like you're dressed up for a costume party. Oh, we're having a Harry Potter theme night. So everybody come dressing up as characters from Harry Potter. That's not really the theme. The theme is for you, for your social thing, and you just have a little, you know, I mean, excuse me, the theme is Harry Potter, but the principle of the meeting is not. You don't come there to worship Harry Potter. That's just something you put on so you can compliment. Oh, your costume. Oh, you look so cute. Oh, that looks so nice in your dress and your hair. Now let's have our Harry Potter potluck and our Harry Potter candy and our Harry Potter chocolates. But it's not about Harry Potter, it's about you and your girlfriends. And that is exactly what you've done with God. Instead of making Him the principle of your meaning, that you come for Him, you've turned Him into a theme so that you can come together with your girlfriends and your boyfriends.
And make the Lord all to justify your desire for fashion. The new dress in my church, it was the new hats, women in their hats, not to mention the hair. You've got to get to the salon. I think every salon was booked in Washington, D.C. Thursday and Friday and Saturday, obviously, because we worship on Sunday. And those beauticians, they love the church women. They can't show up to church without a new hairdo and a new hair dye. Well, they got to compete against Sister So-and-so. And not to mention the new shoes, women in shoes. Oh, they talked about that often. And the pastor's wife, they often referred to as the first lady. She has to definitely look like Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth because she's the pastor's wife. And she's better have the best hat, the best dress, the best shoes, and her makeup had better been perfect and just right. She's an example to all the other women. And we get into really a frenzy. We hide behind, well, we have to wear our Sunday's best. It's for God. Is it really? I'm just asking a question. Is it really? Was it really your Sunday's best? Well, the men didn't have too many choices other than a suit or a shirt and a tie if you were younger, and an occasional three-piece suit. That's with the vest. And if you really want to step up your game, you get a pocket watch. And don't forget the cufflinks and the necktie, all the neckties and the clips. And then there is the cologne and the perfume, not the frankincense and the myrrh, but Halston and Pierre Cardin and all of the other fragrances. Why, you have to look your best, smell your best. It's for God.
But God is not a man. God does not smell you and look at your brands and how crisp your pants look and how fresh your what do you call those things on the shoulders that puff up the shoulders that they love to have. You know, I was just recording a song. You know, I don't have a studio. I just record. I have this same microphone I use for the podcast, just a cheap $20 microphone I got online. Nothing fancy, but it works. It does a great job. I don't have a studio, and I record a song, and I'm trying to put some music on it, and you know, it doesn't sound quite professional. And I was getting a little frustrated trying to perfect and polish it on the computer. And you know, what I do usually when I get to that point, I know to back off and let the Spirit lead me. I turn to God and I seek Him and I seek His guidance. And you know, and Papa pretty much gave me the same thing we've just been telling you. He goes, why are you so consumed with trying to get the audio perfect? Who are you singing for? You're singing for me, or you're singing for those YouTube people? If you're singing for the Lord, if your spirit is right, that is all that the Lord requires. You're putting the best foot forward and you're singing for God. He doesn't care about your reverb and your timing and your digital production. He's not looking at all of that. God is not a man. Men are impressed with that. Oh, the bass sounds so good. God is not into all of that.
It goes back to use what you got. And then if you have all of that, you're supposed to use it. All of the instruments, you're supposed to have them. That's in Scripture. We see it all the time. But if you don't have it, why would you insult yourself? And why would you think less about anything you're doing for Papa? And many of my songs, I just sing right out to the microphone. I don't even have a $20 microphone at home. I just sing to my phone. I just record it. It's the spirit in which we do. Now, if I had a $20 microphone, I'd use it. I don't have one. If I have a $100 microphone, I'd use it. Use whatever you've got. And that's the message of the bag lunch when the Lord fed 5,000, or the message of David against Goliath, the Philistine. What did he have? The armor was too heavy. The sword was he couldn't wear that. But he had 5 smooth stones. But it wasn't even about that. He had a faith. And that faith would have been applied had he had the state of the art weapon, no weapon at all, or 5 smooth stones. And the Lord uses what we have when we present it to him. You know, say, it's a fish and 2 loaves. What can that do amongst so many? What can so little do amongst so many? Everything, and a lot when you add faith to it. And that's why many times our music, when we have a lot, we use a lot. And that's because we have a lot doesn't mean we use a lot either. Sometimes I have a lot and I don't use a lot. I could. So each thing has its place, whether it's 2 instruments or 20 instruments in an orchestra, whether it's 1 fish or a little. When it's about God, it's not about the Sunday morning shoes and dresses and ties. Great. Better, my grandmother taught me, you don't need anything new. Just wash the same shirt you have, and as long as it's clean, that's good enough. That you put on a clean shirt and walk into the service. It wasn't a new suit. It wasn't a brand new suit. It was simple. Clean pants, clean shoes, a clean heart, and a clean mind. That's the kind of fashion the Lord is looking for, that you present the Lord with whatever you have. Unfortunately, we forget that too often. And we get caught up with the fancy, the full orchestra, fancy hats, cushion seats in the church, carpet, all of the fancy stuff, the lights, the cameras, the colors, the strobe, the special effects. And next thing you know, God has been edited out of the movie. He got cut on the editing floor because you filled it with so much stuff that you took out the only thing that really mattered. Just a simple faith, a simple worship. It's about socializing with Papa collectively. We come together, but we make it about something else. And I think it varies in culture because there's so little culture in America, apart from popular culture, that when you get into a Christian church, the social group becomes the main thing. The Lord is relegated to the sidelines, if in the game at all. And the men have abandoned their duties because the women have decided, like Paul had to address in the book of Corinthians, that it's more about them. The next thing you know, it's happy wife, happy life, and not happy God. And you're no longer the head of your wife, she's the head of you. And now your services and your sermons and your music has all become quite feminine. And the patriarchal order that God has put in place for the wife as a helper to be under the authority of her husband is gone. And why wouldn't it be? The children have abandoned the authority under their parents. The women have abandoned the authority under their husbands. And the men have abandoned the authority under God.
So let me give you another example that just came to my mind to help illustrate this point. I was thinking about a birthday party for a 2-year-old. You know the type. Everybody comes, the whole family, the whole neighborhood shows up for the 2-year-old. And you all come and you celebrate him and you sing him a song and you make him a cake. But let me ask you something. Is it really about the 2-year-old? First of all, he has no idea what's going on. Second of all, he's not gonna remember it. Third of all, you give him maybe 30 seconds, kind of squeezing his cheek, tell him, happy birthday! And then what do? You go out and you grab your food and you hang out with your girlfriends and you talk and you blab and you blab and you gossip and you have some drinks. And then, again, before you head home, where's the birthday boy? Happy birthday! And that's about all the attention he gets. And that's pretty much what you do with God. You go there, sure, you acknowledge you say, well, we're here to worship, you sing a song, and that's it. He's not the focus of attention. But what did Yeshua teach? He said, the Father is looking for those who worship Him in spirit and truth. You don't understand that. Spirit and truth means that you do it in your deepest part of who you are, in your mind, in your heart, in your thoughts, that your attention actually is on Him. You know, God is a person, not an idea. Just like that 2-year-old, he's a person, not an idea. But so many people, I can't really call them believers, they call themselves believers, but they don't actually believe. You forget God is a real person, an individual, one and only. But you barely give Him any attention when you should be giving Him all the attention.
And don't forget, well, as you said, worship. That's not a service, by the way. I know we've been talking about services because that's the framework in which 95% of everyone that's listening has been raised in or is currently involved in. No, 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 no. Worship, by its definition, is obedience, obedience in service to. It doesn't mean a Sunday morning event or a Wednesday or Friday. No, 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 no. Worship is every day. Worship is daily. Worship is constant. And whether you come together once a week or your family meal once a day, you're still the family all day long. Worship is our service, our obedience to the Lord, our obedience, our humility to them. That's worship and serve in spirit and in truth. We are a waiter. We are waiting on the Lord. What is thy pleasure? What is thy good will? We serve the Lord in spirit and in truth. Veritas, truly. When that's evident, then it permeates all of your gatherings and it becomes a quintessential and perennial reason why you're gathering. Sure, it's great to see my friends, my fellow brothers and sisters, but we come together collectively united in one goal and one function and one purpose for the glory of Adonai, for the benefit of the body to each other, that we sharpen each other, rebuke, encourage, and correct each other, exalt each other. We come together to help one another. It pleases the Father. And together we serve the will of Father in the earth and glorify and magnify His name. And when that we become quite effective in the world. We come together and we strengthen each other for the witness that we are to the world of Adonai, not of our own personal righteousness, but of His, not of our glory, but of His. And that is so important when understanding in this modern world the role that we play as children, as husbands, as wives, as brothers and sisters, above all, as children of Adonai, servants of God the Father, who have been redeemed by the blood of our Redeemer, Yeshua HaMashiach. It's important. We wanted you to hear this from us today because it is a troubling trend, a downward trajectory of the abandonment of the order which Adonai has put in place between husbands and wives, parents, fathers and their children, and servants of Adonai, to rather servants of a religious group, a religious sect, or religion. He is the God of creation. You are Lord of creation. That was the. We have to get back to that and understand how He reveals Himself. Remember, before any book, the God that created the earth revealed Himself. The heavens declared the glory of the Lord. It didn't say the Torah did. And David is constantly reiterating that fact. And the law can reflect the code and the Torah, the code, regulations, instructions, but the nature. I mean, think about it. Torah is not about the nature of God. It's about the instruction and codes of God. Whereas creation is the attributes and nature of God. And what he has done is reflected in our lives in the events that we live. And we see his hand from the first thing his hand ever made, the heavens and the earth. So we are without excuse. Torah nor Torah, the unwritten divine Torah, is written in every atom and every molecule, in every sunset and sunrise, in every wind and every drop of rain, and the roar of the sea or the peaks of the mountain, in the grass and lilies of the valleys, in the birds that fly, the fish that swim, and the beasts that roam the land. Where can I go where you are not? David said. Let's get back to that so we can enjoy in this fallen world the gift of a redeemed spirit. That's what gives us the strength, like Israel, to walk through a desert, because we're not walking without Adonai. He is tabernacling with us. Walk through a desert with Adonai, or be in a pristine green valley without him. Your choice.
You're the God of my salvation, you are Lord. You are Lord of creation. You're the God of my salvation, you are Lord. Feel the wind, that's his breath. See the sun, that's his warmth. See the one who's God's son, gave his life. He gave his life, gave his blood, gave us love, he gave us love. You're the Lord of creation, you're the God of my salvation, you're Lord. You're the Lord of creation, you're the God of my salvation, you're Lord. Feel the wind, that's his breath. See the sun, that's his warmth. See the one who's God's son, gave his life, he gave his life, gave his love, gave us love, gave us love, gave us love. You are God. You are God. You're the Lord of creation. You're the God of my salvation. You are God. You're the Lord of creation. You're the God of my salvation. You are God.